here.
You an analyst now? You an analyst?
This guy right here is my analyst today. This on mute.
Right, how do you start all this shit? Or is it?
I'll show you afterwards. We're live right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. All right, as our girls get ready to take the ice here for our 6:05 start on Sunday against a new team to our league, Lincolnway. This is the first year they've been here. In the booth tonight with me is Dennis Brown.
How you doing?
Yeah, father of Isabel Brown, right winger, freshman this year. How's their experience been so far?
Decent. And she's enjoying the team, bonding with the other girls.
Yeah,
she already knew quite a few of them, so.
Yeah, I mean, she grew up playing with a lot of the sophomores and a couple of the freshmen, right?
Yeah.
Good. So we don't know what we're going to get. We haven't seen this team ever before. They are 0-1 in our league. They played Naper Valley, who we've not played them since Claudia was a freshman. They've been in our league for quite a while, but we've never played them, so I don't know what that means. Usually they're in the other tier, so we don't know what we're going to get. Hopefully we get some more offensive production tonight. We've had 1 goal in the last 2 games. That's not enough, Dennis.
Yeah, they've definitely been stifled on offense to start the season here, so keep our fingers crossed for tonight. I think we'll have some other girls here tonight as well to help out, so.
Yeah, so both teams are ready to get on the ice. They're just waiting for the refs who I saw walk in, but they looked on the older end of the age spectrum, so it might take them a little longer to get dressed for the game than
What are you saying?
Well, I know it takes me a while to get dressed. It certainly takes me longer than it did, 10 years ago.
All right, good recovery.
Well, both teams are out on the ice now. So Lincoln Way looks like they have a smallish roster. What do you count there? 9 skaters and a goalie? I guess that's enough.
It looks like a skeleton crew, as they would say.
So this is our last game for close to 3 or 4 weeks. I think our next game's not until the end of October.
Okay. I thought that was maybe a mistake on the schedule, but that's for real, huh?
That's for real. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any takers for our games in October, so we got a pretty thick schedule through November and the holidays.
The urgency of getting a win tonight, it just increased. You don't want to live with a loss for 3 weeks, whatever.
All right, we have refs. This game's going to be official. We started the countdown, so 5 minutes until puck drop. We're also watching the Bears game for all of you Bears fans out there who don't have dual monitors. They're still down by 5. We actually have a full roster tonight. I don't think any of our skaters are missing. So that means a deep bench, lots of fresh legs every line. Now, Dennis, Isabel, has she always played offense?
Last season she spent some time on defense as well. I think to start the season, but then they had some issues scoring goals, so they moved her to offense. And so she played. No, to answer your question, no, she's played defense before.
Okay. Yeah, this team has a pretty deep defensive bench with two of our seniors. 2 out of the 3 seniors are defensive players, as well as one of our juniors and several of our sophomores. I know we've moved Isabel Graysick up, who normally plays defense for her other team, actually ends up playing offense for us. So we can use. We're glad to have Isabel. There's 2 Isabels, right? Well,
Yeah,
Brown and Isabel. Yeah.
Graysick and Brown. Yeah. So when they played together, they called them Isabel B and Isabel G.
Okay.
Does it say how many people are watching?
Yeah, yes. Not on here, but if you look on YouTube, it'll show
say
you. Yeah, it's usually 1 or 2. Our viewing audience is very light, but
your mom and dad.
my Claudia's grandfather, Dick, who has come up, he's actually a professional broadcaster.
Ella told me that.
Life. Yeah,
Ella told me that. That's cool.
He tunes in for every game. So hi, Dick.
Right.
And I know all of the other fans listening out there would definitely prefer him doing the announcing than me, but you get what you get.
Don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you're doing a fine job.
So I think one of our big keys tonight, Dennis, is that we have to get a couple goals, or at least a goal in that first period.
It would be nice to score.
Yeah.
And to score first.
Yeah, to score first.
Not play from behind.
I think it would. I think it would make the girls a little more excited and pump them up and give them a little more energy.
Sure.
That first goal against you always kind of like, if you have lost a couple games, tends to really put you in a little bit of a funk right off the bat. So. You know, Coach Brownlee he's still juggling the lines quite a bit to see what works.
I'm looking for Ella Peterson.
Number 56.
She there?
You know, you're right. I don't actually see her out there.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Yeah, same.
How was Green Bay?
Good to see you here. I'll just turn it off. Good. All right, about 30 seconds left before warm-ups are over and the girls head to the bench and get ready to start this thing. So thanks to Dennis's key observation, we are missing 1 defensive player. Isabel Peterson. Oh, sorry, that's Ella Peterson. Ella Peterson. Did I hear Ella Peterson is going to make it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just had an update. Ella Peterson will be here.
I'm ready.
You're ready. All right, Dennis is back. It's just working.
Yeah.
Let me see this. There we go. Yes, Ella Peterson will be here. She's coming from another game, I hear.
That's right. That's what her father said. So full squad.
Dennis, I have to tell you, this is, as a parent of a senior, this is exciting for me to see this many girls playing for us, because 3 years ago we could barely field a team, and our total roster was 10 players, and 2 of them were very, very new.
Yeah. No, it is good to have that many girls interested in playing.
So your daughter will have a nice team to fall back on as they all gel together and learn how to play together through the coming 4 years. All right, as we are about to get underway, our opening offensive line is Isabel Graysick, Jillian Young, and Claire Koniger, backed up on defense by Bryn Claire and Annabelle Conaway. Kits win the draw. Jillian Young brings in across the blue line. She's got Graysick over on wing. Wing on the slides the puck into the crease. Nobody was there. Conaway dumps it down to Graysick. Graysick gets a hard shot off to goal, but that one's blocked by the Lincoln Way goalie.
Good start.
Good start. 12:43
Some
to
pressure
go.
on the goalie early.
Do you know what the Lincoln Way mascot is?
You know, I don't.
I thought
And
it
I
might
have
have said
I have
this.
I have a coworker that his kids all went there. I just don't remember. the name.
Okay. I saw on the thing they might be called the Southsiders, but
I don't think it's that.
I didn't either, but you never know. We have Zoe Kramer in subbing for Graysick, and Nord subbing in for Claire. Puck drop. Lincoln Way comes up with it. They bring it on the near side of the boards. Nord tries to get it away. She doesn't. She's got Conaway with her. Knocks it out of the zone. Back into Lincoln Way's zone. Lincoln Way regains control of the puck. They look to move it up. Just bounces out of the zone. They still have it. But it drops back. Nord has the puck. She looks for an open pass. She gets it up to Young. Just off a Young stick and deep into the Lincoln Way zone. Young fights for it on the near board. She does come up with it. She skates it around. Backhand shot. Just bounces off of Kramer. And that one gets loose. And now Lincoln Way moves it back up. Nord keeps it in. And now Kramer has again. Oh, looks like that got out, and they're going to call offsides. Get a full line
Kind
change.
of a late whistle there.
A little bit of a late whistle. Maybe they were unsure. And so line change here. We have Koski and Brown and Kramer still out on the ice. Crow and O'Hara back on defense. O'Hara with the puck. She moves it out. Gets it up to Brown. Brown moves it towards the deep end of the Lincoln Way zone. Lincoln Way recovers back behind the net. Up the sideboards. Crow keeps it in. Now Kramer dumps it all the way deep into the Lincoln Way zone. Puck goes all the way around the boards. O'Hara snaps it towards the goal, but broken up by one of the Lincoln Way players. As Lincoln Way moves it out. Crow here on the near side defending. Good check there. Or use of the body, I should say. They don't allow checking in this league. That shot off of O'Hara's pads. Shot there, saved by Brownlee, and that one, the rebound goes in. So Lincoln Way grabs the first goal of the night at 11:08 in the first period. That was their first shot on, was that their first shot on goal?
I believe it was.
It was, but actually they're giving 3, so they counted, that was the third shot there. 2, and then the third rebound.
There was a rebound. Right.
Yeah. All right, full line change here. We have Koplo, Weber, and Koski out. Sorry, that might have been Pleiter out there previously on center. We have Claire and Conaway back on defense. Lincoln Way comes away with the puck after the face-off. Bryn Claire breaks that one up. Weber knocks it back to Claire. Claire tries to get it out of the zone. She doesn't, but then Weber does knock it out of the zone. Claire comes up with it. She's looking to just skate it up until she finds an opening pass. She brings it in across the blue line. Fires a hard shot. Rebound off the goalie. Rebound was unable to connect by our Wildcat player, Koski. They send it deep into the Lincoln Way zone. Lincoln Way moves it up the boards, but stopped by Claire, who puts the shot on net, but broken up by one of the Lincoln Way players. As they move it out of the zone, Claire comes up with it, knocks it back to O'Hara, who slides it up to Weber. Weber almost gets it into the zone, but again, broken up by one of the Lincoln Way players. Lincoln Way brings it in. Hard shot. Deflected by Brownlee. Another centering pass there. Dangerous for the Wildcats. The defender got her stick. That was Grayson Crow got her stick there. Now Lincoln Way has control of it, and Crow knocks that one out of the way up to the side boards to Weber. Lincoln Way comes up with it. Centering pass. That one's no good. Lincoln Way keeps it in the zone. They fire it deep. Broken up by Crow. She's still fighting for it here on the near corner. Centering pass there. Just sneaks between Leela Brownlee's legs for
That's a tough one.
Another goal at 9:44 in the first. Not a good start for our Wildcats. We have Young, Graysick, and Spite out on the ice right now for offense, and Crow and Nord back on defense. And I was just informed that the Bears take the lead, 25-24.
You got one eye on your phone.
Graysick almost comes up with the puck after the face-off. And now Spite dumps it in deep. Broken up by one of the Lincoln Way players. That one's taken away by Young, who puts it in down behind the net, almost. But Lincoln Way recovers and looks to set up and bring it out. Broken up there by Young. She moves it out. Crow sends it back to Nord. Nord looks for the opening pass. Stretch pass there to Graysick, who was broken up by one of the Lincoln Way players. Now Nord has it behind the bench, or behind the net. She moves it out. Graysick comes up with it. She moves it up to Spite. Off the Spite stick, that goes into the Lincoln Way zone. Now Lincoln Way comes back out with it. They look to move it up. They're across center ice. Nord has it, knocks it back out of the zone. Tries to get it over to Kramer. Spite knocks that one back out. And here comes Lincoln Way. Broken up there nicely by O'Hara. Nord battling here behind the net. They take it around, looking for the centering pass. They reset. Now Young fights for it. Puck's open, gets it to Spite. Almost gets it out of the zone. That one comes in. Now here comes Nord. She has the puck. She skates it up. She's got no help with her. She gets a shot on goal and just deflected by the goalie. That one's kept in by Young. It's down behind the net. Lincoln Way brings it up. All Evanston defenders are back there. Spite knocks it back out, so Lincoln Way will have to reset. Kramer chasing here on the near side. As Lincoln Way has the puck in the back zone. Nord steals that one. And O'Hara almost gets it out of the zone. That one's stopped by O'Hara with her skate, and now Maren Pleiter comes up with it. She's got Koniger with her. Pleiter, nice move there. Comes in, backhand shot, deflected by the goalie there by Lincoln Way. 8:03 to play in the first. All right, so we had a quick on the fly line change. We have Pleiter, Koniger, and Weber out on offense with Claire and O'Hara back on defense. Pleiter wins the draw over to Koniger. Now here comes Claire. She moves it up. Does get it back in deep. Pleiter has it now, looking for the centering pass. Oh, that one's just knocked away by one of the Lincolnwood players. Then broken up by Weber. Lincoln Way does get it just out of the zone, and Koniger moves it back in. That one will be offside. She didn't reset herself past the blue line. 7:41 to go in the first period. All right, this is the kind
Got some pressure going.
Yeah, that's what we needed to see, a little bit of offensive pressure. I think a couple of unfortunate goals there early on. All right, Fighter takes the face off, knocks it into the Lincoln Way zone. Lincoln Way looks to move it out. They get it up here on the near boards, and that sails deep into the Evanston zone for icing. No line changes here for either team. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck after the face-off. They move it up on the far side. We have O'Hare and Clare back on defense. Shot there goes behind the net. Lincoln Way comes up with his centering pass there. Knocked out of there by O'Hare. Now Clare sends it around trying to get it out. Unable to. That puck is still here in the deep corner. Clare battling for it. Fighter came up with it. Now O'Hare has it. Or sorry, Weber. Corner with the puck. Tries to center it. Weber kicks it with her skate. Now Pleiter comes up with it. Fires a shot on goal, which is always a good idea. Sometimes you catch the goalie unsuspecting. So 6:52 remaining in the first. We get a line change here for both teams. We have Young, Koski, and Weber stays out. Or sorry, that's Weber stays out on the ice. We have Crow and Conaway back on defense. Center back up to Crow. Crow over to Conaway. Conaway with a shot, deflected by the goalie, who smothers it. I like that play by Crow there. Instead of taking the shot through traffic, she sends it over to Conaway as a clean lane.
Right. Working the points.
Yeah. Koski taking the centering detail here. Brown moves it back in. Koski with the puck. That shot's broken up by Lincoln Way. Weber with the puck on the near side. Loses it to one of the Lincoln Way players who get it out of the zone. We have Crow and Conaway back on defense. Shot there. Saved by Brownlee. 6:20 to play. We have Koplo back out here on the ice with Crow on defense. Crow comes up with the puck. She's got that's Graysick out on the outside. The Crow skates it in and dumps it deep. Now Graysick goes and chases it around on the far corner. That's Young battling too. Now Lincoln Way sends it back over here to the near corner as they try to skate it out. We have Conaway and Crow back on defense. Graysick fighting for it here on the near side. Lincoln Way comes up with it, centering pass. They knock it into the Wildcat zone. Conaway moves it back out. And Lincoln Way puts it all the way back in behind the Evanston net. Crow looks to move it out. Doesn't get it past the defender. Battle there in front of the net. Now Young comes up with it. She skates it around the Wildcats net. She's a pretty fast skater, so she gets a hole. She's going to take it right to net. She's got Graysick with her. Fires a shot there. Hits the defender. And a rebound shot by Graysick. That one denied by the Lincoln Way goalie. 5:15 remaining in the first period.
Bears won.
And the Bears win.
Blocked field goal.
They blocked the field goal. Wow. Sorry for all of you non-Bears fans. Dick, I know you're a Vikings fan. So you couldn't care at all what happens. Lincoln Way comes up with it here right after the face-off. They bring it out. Down the ice, right off of Nord's pads. That shot. Graysick looks to dump it all the way in. She's got Jillian Young chasing her, who's fast enough to probably get that. She does. That shot whiffed right there by the Lincoln Way player, but they come up with the puck. Jillian Young causing trouble for them here on the near side. O'Hara and Nord back on defense. Nord picks up the puck behind the net. She looks skated up. No, oh, we're going to get a penalty here. That's a tripping call. That was pretty easy to see.
Yeah.
4:28 to play. The Wildcats are going to be on a power play. I don't know if we've been on a power play. I don't think there were any penalties called the last game.
There was not in the last game. And there might have been a penalty, but
none of them were called.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Coach Brownlee here does with the lines. See how aggressive he's going to be to possibly get a goal up on the board. It looks like he's going pretty aggressive. We have Young and Graysick and Pleiter out on offense, with Nord and O'Hara back on defense. That puck's dancing around in front of the net. Lincoln Way looks to bring it out instead of dumping it, but Graysick chases it down and breaks it up. They do get it all the way down. O'Hara chases it, sends it all the way around. Graysick picks it up here on the far side almost. Now she skates it up. Just loses it, but now Pleiter has it. She does get it into the Lincoln Way zone. 1.5 minutes left on the power play for the Wildcats. Puck goes all the way down. Brownlee sends it up the sideboards. Young has it. She chips it out, but goes directly to one of the Lincoln Way players. Now Graysick has it. She moves it in. Kind of tangled up with one of her own players. 1 minute.
Be a penalty here.
And now we're going to get a...
On us, I believe. On the Kits.
Looks like maybe Young got a slashing call or tripping call, looks like. So now it's going to be 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 7 seconds until the Kits will then go on and have to defend their own penalty. There's 3:34 to play here in the first period. We're 4-on-4. We have Claire and Crow back on defense, and Weber and Pleiter out on offense.
Oh, sorry.
Pleiter knocks the puck back to Claire, but that puck doesn't make it out of the Wildcat zone. Hard shot there, just goes up over the top of the net. Now Claire looking for it here on the near side, or right behind the Wildcats net. Now Pleiter has it. She tries to send it up to Weber, and it just drifts out of the Wildcat zone. So Lincolnwood's going to reset with the puck. 36 seconds left on the 4-on-4 action. Now here comes Lincoln Way in over the Wildcat zone. Shot there, defended by Brownlee. Crow moves that puck around out of in front of the Evanston goal. Weber chasing down, loses an edge there. Now Pleiter has it. She gets it, looking to get it deep, unable to. Crow knocks that one away. Puck's behind the net, over to Claire. Goes up the near side, stays in the zone. Oh, actually it pops up over the Lincoln Way player's stick and goes out of the zone. So now the puck's back to Claire, and the Lincoln Way player's out of the penalty box. So now we're going to be on the penalty kill for 40 more seconds. Lincoln Way brings it down. We have Conaway and O'Hara back on defense. That shot swallowed up by Brownlee. 2 minutes to play. 27 seconds left on the penalty kill for Evanston. We have Koski and Kramer out on offense, with Koski taking the centering detail, and Conaway and O'Hara back on defense. Lincoln Way wins the battle at the puck drop and sends it back to the blue line. They dump it in behind the net. As they look to set it up, they move it back to the blue line. And that was an errant pass. Goes up over the Lincolnwood player's stick and halfway into their zone. Pass there is unable to be picked up by Kramer. And now Koski chasing down. Here comes Lincoln Way again. They move it in. Good defensive move there by O'Hara to prevent the shot from getting off. Shot from the blue line there. And Brownlee caught that one in between her legs. That was a pretty impressive save. I think she thought that one initially went in.
I think it was rolling a little bit after she.
Yeah. We'll take it. 1:28 to go in the first period. Young back out on the ice after her penalty. Hare tries to move that one down the boards and out. Unable to do so. Now she does, and that one will probably go all the way down for icing. 1 minute, 13 seconds to play in our first period. Get a fresh set of legs here for our wings. We got Graysick and Pleiter back out on the ice on offense, and looks like Nord's coming back in with O'Hare staying out there on defense. All right. Lincoln Way wins the face-off, taking it back to the blue line. Shot there. Ooh. Off of Pleiter, but doesn't go very far. Shot there, deflected by Brownlee. Now Nord with the puck. She sends it all the way around behind the net. Lincoln Way still in control of it. O'Hare now, she tries to move it up. That one's off the ref. Chips it up to Pleiter. Still unable to get it out of the zone. 56 seconds to play. Now O'Hare with it. She then tries to move it up along those far side boards. Nord breaks that one up, but right in front of the net, O'Hare does a good job with her stick to prevent that shot from getting off. 40 seconds left to play here in the first. O'Hare looking for the pass. She does get it up to Graysick. Now Graysick's moving it in. She fires the shot. That one's deflected. Nord there with the rebound, centering pass. Nobody home. Now Pleiter with the puck on the near side. Lincoln Way comes up with it. They bring it back up on the near side. 20 seconds to play here in the first period. O'Hare moves that one back out to Young. Young has it. 13 seconds left. Young looking for the shot. Unable to get it off. Centering pass. Nobody home except for one of the Lincolnwood players. 5 seconds to play. Shot there by Pleiter.
Good shot.
Deflected just off to the glass. And this period is going to come to an end with the Wildcats trailing 2-0. Well, Dennis, what was your thought on that period?
Good pressure. I mean, could have had it easily hit a couple of goals, but we led shots on goal 10-7. Had some good pressure on the power play, so I think the goals will come maybe in the next period.
Yeah, it felt like maybe one of the goals possibly could have been prevented. I feel like the third, you should never let a team have a third try in front of the net. So, but I did like what I saw from our offense the last 2/3 of the period. It looked like we were starting to get
I would call it market improvement over the last few games. Looks like they're moving the puck around, passing it, trying to get the open shots. So
yeah,
I think the goals will come for the kids so they keep up that pressure.
I think you're right. I think the unselfish play is always important. Yeah. All right, so this end we change ends of the ice. The scorekeepers have it 10-on-10 shots on goal. That seems about right to me. It seemed pretty even with shots on net. We just couldn't get any through their defensive goaltender. Although we definitely had our chances. So I think, in my opinion, this is where the Wildcats have an advantage because of the long shifts that happen in the second period.
They're going to have, hopefully, this other team with the short bench is going to be fatigued going down this stretch here. We could use our deep bench to our advantage, right?
Yeah, and I was speaking to the Lincoln Way coach before the game, and he said some of their players were coming from a game prior to this.
Oh, wow.
So the long shifts during the second period could be a big Wildcat advantage. All right, we're off. We have Koski, Weber, and Koniger out. Sorry, that's Kramer out on offense. Claire and Conaway back on defense. Claire over to Conaway. Conaway gets it back out to Koski. Koski up to Weber. Lincoln Way does come up with it, and they skate it back behind their own net. Whoever that is, number 9, is very fast for Lincoln Way. And she moves it deep into the Wildcat zone. Hard shot there, saved by Brownlee.
Good stop.
12:31 to go
number
here in the
6
second.
on Lincoln Way
Was that number 6?
has some wheels.
Very fast, very fast. All right, we get a line change here for the Wildcats offense. We have Young, Brown, and Graysick back out. Wildcats come up with the draw almost. Yes, they've got it. Graysick has it here on the near side. She dumps it in deep. That one goes just behind the Lincoln Way net. Brown there trying to cause some havoc. Kids come up with it. Koski trying to get the shot off. She does. Brown with the rebound shot. That one doesn't make it through. Another shot there. Another shot by Young. Here we go. Koski with the shot. That one just goes over the top of the net. Now Brown with the centering pass. Deflected into the mid of the goaltender there. Wow. Lots of opportunities.
Some excellent chances there, right?
Very, very. That was a great centering pass by Brown.
There's a lot of action in front of the net there. Couldn't squeeze one in there though.
So Young, Brown, and Graysick stay out on defense. We have Ella Peterson is back.
She's on,
with O'Hara out on defense. Young comes up with it. Centering pass there, saved by the Lincoln Way goalie. Oh, I love that pass for the one-timer. 12 minutes to play in the second.
This line's having some success. A lot of pressure in this shift.
Yeah.
It's a good shift.
No line changes here. Young battles for it with her skate. That puck drops back to one of the Lincoln Way players who knocks it out of the zone. O'Hara picks it up at the red line. The Lincoln Way player skates right by her, and she then sends it deep so Young can chase it down. Young just misses it, but here comes Graysick with a hard shot. That one just goes wide. Centering pass there by Brown. Another puck still loose. Now Graysick has it behind the net. Young comes up with it, looking for a shot. She has it. That one's sat on by the goalie. Couldn't tell if that one went in.
Good pressure.
Well, the Wildcats are definitely showing some offensive pressure here in this period.
That was the best shift of the night so far.
I totally agree, Dennis. We have Norden Crow back on offense with Pleiter, Koplo, and Kramer out on offense. Pleiter wins it, and that one sails, just drifts slowly towards the goalie, which if you're a goalie parent, you're hoping they always make that save. 11:20 to go in the second period. Koplo gets her stick down. Pleiter has it. Tries to move it towards the net. Tangled up with one of her own players. Lincoln Way comes up with it. They bring it in. They have a 3-on-2 situation here. Norden Crow back on defense. Crow breaks that one up with her stick, and it goes over the top of the net. Another centering pass. That one's broken up by our goalie, with Nord battling in front of the net. Centering pass there, knocked out of there by Nord. Nord fighting for it on the near side, or near corner, I should say. Now Pleiter sticks her stick in there. 10:45 to go. Quite the scrum in the near corner. Now Koplo has it. She's still battling there with Pleiter, and Nord moves it out. Gets it up to Pleiter, but knocked back into the area by Lincoln Way. And now Pleiter brings it out, and she has some open ice if she wants it. She brings it in. Unable to get the shot off, and Koplo trailing, but Crow keeps it in. Oh! Now when the kids will have to reset. And Lincoln Way sends it all the way down. No call icing. 10 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the second period. I like what I'm seeing. All right, some line changes here. We have Koski, Spite, and Weber out on offense with Conaway and Claire out on defense. Koski wins the draw, and Spite knocks it deep. Now Koski with it behind the net. She centers it. Weber with the puck, unable to get the full shot off. Now Lincoln Way has it. They move it out of the zone. That one tried to be broken up there by Claire. Lincoln Way skates behind the Evanston net. Still there. Claire finally knocks that one away, and it gets out of the zone, and Lincoln Way will have to reset. They move it in. Lots of sticks swinging around there. Looks like they're not going to call the penalty. I'm not even sure if that was a penalty, and
the Lincoln Way coach is
he thinks it was. He's adamant that it's a penalty. 9:28 to go in the second period. Again, we have Claire and Conaway out on defense, with Koski at center and Weber and Spite on wing. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck after the face-off. That one's blocked by Spite, who does get it out of the zone. Lincoln Way recovers, however, and they look to reset. Here's number 6, who we know is very fast. Broken up nicely by Claire. Shot doesn't make it through traffic. She ends up getting it on her stick again, shoots, and just goes up over the top of the net. Broken up there by Weber. Weber does get it out of the zone, so Lincoln Way will have to reset. As they do, and bring it to the near side. Centering pass. They come in. They've got a 3-on-2. Blocked there nicely by Brownlee. Conaway fighting for it here on the near side. She's got Young in there helping her. They move it back up towards the blue line. Spite breaks that one up with her stick. Claire moves it up. She's got Jillian. She dumps it off the boards, and that one's going to be icing. Well, you like to see her chip that one just a little bit softer so Jillian can chase it down.
She could have had the red line there probably.
Yeah.
So I think she realized that after she let it go.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Bryn Claire is a very strong player.
Yeah, she's a smart player too, so she knew right away.
All right. Here we go. We have Jillian Young with the puck. She moves it up the near side. Deep into the to the Lincoln Way zone. Shot there. Swallowed up by the goalie. We have Graysick and Koniger out on the ice with Young on offense, and we have Ella Peterson and Molly O'Hara back on defense. 8:13 remaining in this second period.
Really strong backhanded shot there by Young.
That was. She chips that one back out to O'Hara. O'Hara shoots a shot, and that one's rebound there. Shot scored! Young with a rebound chance off of Molly O'Hara's shot from the blue line. And the Wildcats put up their first goal of the game tonight at 8:08 in the second period. I know that will energize the bench quite a bit, Dennis.
Their efforts in front of the net tonight finally paid off, right?
Yes. What I really like to see there is that effort to keep going even after the shot. And it looks like the goalie has it, but to continue to work after you think the play is dead. Just to skate until you hear the whistle. All right, Lincoln Way comes in again, looking to try to answer, but that one's broken up there by Koniger. That's O'Hara with the puck back on the near side. She fights for it, and Young comes up with it. She chips it out. Didn't see what happened there. Dennis, did you?
No,
Young took a hard fall.
I heard something, and then I saw a stick flying.
Yep, shot there. Saved by Brownlee, knocked away by Peterson. Centering pass there, broken up. Shot deflected by Brownlee. Peterson tries to get it out of the zone. We have Pleiter and Koniger out on offense. Peterson tries to get it out of the zone, still stuck in the Lincoln Way zone. That one moves up, and Graysick can chase it down if she wants, but as that one doesn't go across the red line for the goal line for icing, Lincoln Way comes up with it and moves it back down.
There's a stick out on the ice.
I think that's Young's shot. That shot went to the side of the net. Molly O'Hara here on the near side. Puck comes back towards the blue line. Shot there, doesn't make it through traffic. So O'Hara moves it up, tries to get it to Pleiter. Pleiter does get into the zone. Kept in by O'Hara, but that one does finally get out, and that bounces off the stick that's on the ice there. And Peterson tries to get it in to Brown. Brown fighting hard here on the near side. Lincoln Way gets it out of the zone. Now O'Hara picks it up over to Kramer. Kramer tries to dump it deep, but that one's deflected by one of the Lincoln Way players. Now O'Hara tries to send it in. Leiter does get it all the way in, and that goes all the way down to almost to the corner, and Lincoln Way puts it back down behind their own net. Here comes Speedy number 6. She moves her, sorry, that's number 5. Number 5's also fast. Leiter here on the near side. She tries to move it up to Brown. Shot from the blue line, just deflected by Brownlee's glove. That one's centering, it's moved out. And Kramer tries to get it out of the zone, and she does.
Brent, the stick is back on the ice.
It's still out there.
The ref had the stick. I don't know how it's back on the ice.
Now they're trying to get it. Peterson battling here on the near side. She gets it away from the Lincoln Way players, tries to send it up, just off of Leiter's stick, I think. Nope, they call icing. 5:21 to go. A very hectic 2 minutes there. This puck comes all the way back down to the Evanston zone.
A lot of action in this second part of this
Yes.
second period here.
All right, full line changes for both teams. Norden Crow back on defense with Weber, Koski, and Koplo out on offense.
See if the kids can turn up the heat on this goalie again.
Oh, it's like
We got somebody
Koplo's coming
coming
off
off.
the ice. We have Angel, who's not here at the game earlier, I had just noticed. So she's back in on
here, yeah.
wing. That's Jade Angel, number 27. So, Koski, Weber, and Angel, and Norden Crow back on defense. Shot there, doesn't make it through traffic. Crow comes up with it, tries to get it out of the zone. Weber has it. She does get it out as Koski chases it down. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck. They move it back into the Evanston zone.
Good back
Broken
shot.
up there by Koski. Kicked away by Nord. He's chasing it. Long shot there from the blue line. Easy save for Brownlee. 4:55 to go in the second period. Crow comes up with the puck there after the face-off. Comes out of the Lincoln Way zone. That'll be offsides. Should be, but they're not calling it.
No.
Now Angel
I think
with
they
the
missed
puck.
that
She
one,
tries
Brent.
to center it. I believe so. That one was pretty obvious to us up here. Nord looks to come up with it, but Lincoln Way has a quick shot. That one's just off of Brownlee's shoulder. Nord unable to clear it out. Now Jade Angel with it on the near side. She does get it out of the zone. That one goes all the way down. No ice. Lincoln Way comes up with it. Skates it behind their own net. She's got Weber with defensive pressure there, and they're not calling ice on this one either. Crow chasing it down behind the net. She tries to get it out. Unable to. Young over there to help out. Young comes up with the puck. She looks to move it up. As she goes, she's got Graysick and
Got 4-on-2 here, Brent.
Graysick Angel Nord with her 4-on-2. Ducks dancing around in front of the net and couldn't get a shot off there. That's
Graysick's stick got tied up by the defenseman.
Oh, is that what happened?
She was going to get a shot off. It was
okay.
a good pass in by Young.
So Conaway and Claire back on defense. We have Koplo, Graysick, and Young out on offense. 3:43 to play in the second period. Here, Robert Crown, center in Evanston, Illinois. Lincolnwood comes up with the puck after the face-off. They move it down quickly past the red line and into the Wild Kid zone. Broken up there by Graysick.
Good stick.
She looks to dump it out. If that puck doesn't make it towards the line, which it didn't anyway. Claire, she moves it back into the Evanston zone. Lincolnwood moves it back out. Foot race here between Lincoln Way and Evanston. Conaway does a great job of getting her stick in there to prevent the full shot from going off. Puck comes out. Lincoln Way has a quick shot there. Doesn't make it through traffic. Just goes wide. Now Koppa with the puck. She gets it up. Young has it here on the near side. She moves it down. She's got help with Graysick. Centering pass. Shot. Oh! Deflected by the goalie. Puck still alive in front of the net. Stopped there by Claire. Hard shot. That one's just off one of the Lincoln Way players. Puck still alive in front of the net, but Lincoln Way comes up with it. 2:35 to play in this second period. Lincoln Way has a 2-on-1. Conaway chasing down. She does a great job. Wow. What a job by Annabelle Conaway. They might call interference or hooking on that one.
Yeah, they call the hook.
Hook.
Yeah.
2:23 to play, and the Wildcats are now back on the penalty kill. You know, there's not much she could have done. She was.
No. That was a good penalty. That was a good penalty.
I agree, Dennis. That was a good penalty. So number 88, Annabelle Conaway put in the timeout box for 2 minutes. So 2:23 to play. We'll have a 2-minute, 1-man advantage for Lincoln Way. They win the face-off, bring it back to the blue line. And she skates it around, looks to set something up. Shot there, saved by Brownlee. We have Peterson and Claire on defense, and Kramer and Plyder out on offense. .2:11 to play. That one only took 12 seconds off the penalty kill. That puck comes up to Kramer. She brings it out of the zone. Tries to get it deep, unable to. Bounces off of one of the Lincoln Way players, and they bring it back into the Wildcats zone. Claire trying to move her stick in. That score just over Brownlee's right shoulder and goes in at 1:55 in the second period.
It's a strong shot.
That was a strong shot. Well placed. Back at even strength, 1:55 to play in the second. We have Koski, Spite, and Weber on offense. And Peterson and O'Hara back on defense. Lincoln Way brings it back into the Wildcat zone. Hard shot there, just goes off the side of the side post and the boards. Another shot there, through traffic, makes it through just over Brownlee's left shoulder. Another goal by Lincoln Way at 1:43. 2 quick goals,
Quick
Dennis.
goals.
That can take
It really changed the momentum of the game
yeah,
right here.
that can take the steam right out of your sails. I don't know if that's a saying. Steam
I
out
think
of your
it
sails, the wind out of your sails.
sails.
The steam out of your
I
engine.
know what you meant. Either way, it's bad.
Either way, it's bad. Yes, so Lincoln Way comes up with the puck again and drives straight back into the Evanston zone. A hard shot there, goes wide. Centering pass. Lincoln Way player unable to hang on to it. Puck's loose in front of the net. 1:28 to play. That centering pass misses the Lincoln Way player and goes all the way into their own zone. Evanston not putting a ton of pressure. That one's brought in by Peterson, but just offsides. Hard to stop your momentum as you're making that play and coming in across the blue line. We're going to get line changes here for both teams. Nord and Crow back out on defense with Young, Fighter, and Graysick. So minute 14 to play in the second period. Brownlee putting out a power lineup here for the end of this period. Lincoln Way comes up with it. Trips over her own skate, in case anybody's calling for a tripping penalty. Doesn't make it out of the zone. Fighter does knock it out. She puts good pressure down on the Lincoln Way player. Young knocks it away. Now she has it, looking for the centering chance. She chops it over to Plyder. And Crow does try to keep it in. She's got Plyder, and that one just pops out. And Young chases it down. Good move there. Stick handling, but she does, however, get it through 3 people. Shot doesn't make it through traffic, though. 29 seconds left. She dumps it behind the net. Lincoln Way comes up with it, and Pleiter kicks it back over to Young in the corner. Centering pass there, nobody home. Nord gets it up here at the blue line. She looks to skate it up. Fires that one, it goes off the defender. Pads, 12 seconds left. Lincoln Way looks to bring it up and get one more shot off before the end of this period. 6 seconds left. Crow comes up with it, and that's probably going to bring this period to an end. And it does. Well, Dennis, after a really, really strong start, the last 2 minutes started at about, they scored that third goal of the game for them, or their third goal of the game at 1:55 remaining.
Those 2 quick goals really shifted the momentum of the game. The kids had a lot of momentum going up until then.
I totally agree.
They got their first goal in a while in that period, so hopefully they could flush the last half of that second period and come out in this third period and finish this game strong.
Definitely. I bet that's what Coach Brownlee's telling them right now. That like, hey, don't worry about those 2 goals. Keep skating hard like you did the first part of that period, and eventually that puck's going to find the back of the net. Shots on goal now favor the Lincoln Way. What are we calling them?
Lincoln Way?
Just Lincoln Way, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Favors them now by a margin of 25-19. I'm not sure. Do you know where Lincoln Way plays out of?
I
think
probably
it's
down in
south suburbs, right?
It is way down there. Yeah, it's down like Orland.
Like Orland Park,
Yeah.
Homewood.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only team from our league that's
I'm
from
thinking
that area.
they probably play. There's a rink in Orland Park, so that's probably where they play.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only team in our league that's from that area.
Yeah, it's a drive.
Yeah, luckily they came to us, not the other way around. Although we do have some long drives ahead of us, but not quite that far. Well, we'll see if Coach Brownlee can get these girls fired up for the third period.
Yeah, they've dug themselves a little bit of a hole here, though, with those 2 quick goals that Lincoln Way scored. So still time to make a comeback, but
yeah,
gonna have to come out with a sense of urgency. That's for sure.
Yeah, it just starts with 1 goal. You get
Sure.
1 goal, and then you can another quick one.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen. They definitely have the ability to do it. It doesn't feel like we're outmatched.
They got to come out here and score the next goal. That's what they had to worry about.
That's right. So we have Koniger. Koniger's getting subbed out with.
It's like
Who is that?
Angel, maybe.
Angel, Jade Angel, Kramer, and Pleiter out on offense. Conaway and Claire back on defense. Broken up there nicely by Conaway. You can hear the cheers from the bench of the Wildcats. So they seem excited. That's good. That one stays in. They don't call offsides. I couldn't tell from here, Dennis, but we'll take it. Broken up there by the official on the far corner as Lincoln Way skates it behind their own net. 12.5 minutes to go in this final period tonight. Conaway and Claire back on defense. Shot just over the top of Leela's right shoulder, hits the bar and pops right in the back of the net. That is not what the Wildcats needed. Unfortunate. 12:21 to play. Line change here for the Wildcats at least. We have Koski, Weber, and Koniger. And it's like defensive players are saying, shake it off, Brownlee. And we have O'Hara and Peterson out on defense. Puck drifts back into the Lincoln Way zone. They come up with it, though, as they try to move it out. Peterson knocks that one towards center. Weber with the puck. Broken up by one of the Lincolnwood players, and now they have it and move it along the far side. Peterson smartly and softly knocks that one back into the Lincoln Way zone. Lincoln Way brings it up again. Skating through traffic. Hard shot. Deflected by Brownlee's stick just behind the net. As Lincolnwood resets at the blue line, or Lincoln Way. I keep calling it Lincolnwood. It's Lincoln Way. O'Hara comes up with the puck. She brings it out of the Wildcats zone. all the way into the Lincoln Way zone. But Lincoln Way retrieves the puck, and O'Hara keeps it in, gets it to Young. Young passes it over to Weber. Weber unable to get her stick on it. She sends it down behind the Lincoln Way net. Young comes up with it again, skates it towards the net, broken up by one of the Lincoln Way players, and Young still working very hard and has the puck again. Sends it over to Peterson. Peterson, hard shot, just bounces off, ricochets off of one of the Lincoln Way players and gets to net, but doesn't quite make it through the goaltender. Now Lincoln Way sends it all the way down, and that should be icing. It is. 10:46 to play in the third period. Line changes for both teams. For partial line changes, we have Norden Crow back out on defense with Young, Graysick, and Brown back out on offense for the Wildcats. Lincoln Way comes up with the puck after the faceoff, but it goes out to Crow. Tries to get it over to Nord, but just goes out of the zone. She sends it back over to Young. Young dumps it in. And Brown chases it down, but Lincoln Way sends it around the boards. Graysick with the puck, skating through the center of the ice. Crow there to help, but it just gets over her stick. Now Nord chasing it down, and Brown comes up with it. As Jillian Young still works hard deep in the Lincoln Way zone. They move it out. Crow and Nord back on defense. That one goes in offsides. 10 minutes, 2 seconds to play in the third period. Offensive line change here for the Wildcats. We have looks to be Kramer, Fleiter, and Koplo. With Fleiter at the centering circle. Kramer comes up with it. She moves it out, but it goes to one of the Lincoln Way players. Lincoln Way moves it up. Crow stops that one, brings it back out of the zone. She's fighting it for it on the near side here. And Lincoln Way moves it in. Nord breaks that one up and sends it back out. Doesn't make it out of the zone. As Nord chases it down, she chips it out. That one goes to Fleiter. Broken up. Fleiter brings it in. She's got it here on the near side. And Lincoln Way moves it back out again into the Wildcat zone. Claire alone on defense back there. Nice use of the body to break that one up. Stops and turns. Now Claire brings it out. Looking for some help on offense. Moves it up to Fleiter. Fleiter gets her stick on it, but unable to fully control it. 9 minutes to go in the third period. As Lincoln Way looks to move it down again. Claire with it, sends it over to Conaway. Conaway tries to chip it up, but intercepted by one of the Lincoln Way players who fires a shot, but deflected by Brownlee into the glass behind the net. Kramer working for the puck here on the near side. Now Lincoln Way comes up with it. As they move it towards net, they've got several people in front of the net. And Conaway kicks it out of there. Lincoln Way still has control of it. Fires a shot, doesn't make it through traffic. And Bryn Clare tries to send it out of the zone, but doesn't quite make it. Lincolnwood resets hard shots. Glove saved by Brownlee. 8:13 remaining in this game tonight. Evanston down by 4 goals.
Siebling and Clausen with his
Yes.
4-point lead back.
Any part of it. Hard shot from the blue line. Oh! Initially stopped by Brownlee, then just
it leaked through. It
leaked through her legs for another goal. Eight minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the third period. And Dennis, 5-goal lead means there's a running clock.
You're playing for pride now, Brunt.
For pride, yes. How much is your pride worth for you? I think these girls have a lot of pride.
I think they
they're
do.
going to play
I
pretty
don't want to
hard.
make light of it. I
Yeah.
think they'll finish out strong.
I do too. Spite, Koski, and Weber out on offense. O'Hara and Peterson out on defense. Pass back there, goes out of the zone, so Lincolnway will have to reset. Weber chasing it down on the near side. But Lincolnwood comes in. Hard shot there. Soft shot, I guess. Doesn't make it through traffic. Another shot by Lincolnway. Poked out by one of the Evanston players. That's Peterson. She does knock it out again. Another shot. That one just sails wide. As Lincolnwood recovers here in the near corner. Weber with the puck. She moves it up. She's got Koski and Spite with her. Gets it over to Koski. And that one's taken away by one of the Lincolnway players. Here comes Lincolnway again. Peterson and O'Hara back on defense. Shot through O'Hara's legs, and Brownlee does make the stop. 7 minutes remaining in the third period.
So much for Lincolnway being tired from having a short bench.
Yeah, they don't
appear to be.
They don't appear to be tired at all.
They appear to be as strong now as they were at the beginning of the game.
Oh, to be 16 again.
All right.
Endless amounts of energy. We have Norden Crow back out on defense with Young, Graysick and Koniger out on offense. Puck sails behind the Evanston net, Nord with it. Fighting for it on the board. She chips it over to Young. Young skates it through two players. Now she's got some open ice, and she's got a couple of people with her. She's got Nord with her. Drop pass to Koniger. Koniger gets the shot off, and another shot by Koniger, who loses an edge. And now Graysick with it. She passes it back to Young. Centering pass, Graysick tries to get it off. Unable to. Now Koniger with it. She dumps it back behind the net, and Young picks it up. Young centering pass to Graysick. Graysick keeps it in. Puts it back down deep. Young comes up with it. She makes a move towards the net. Shot! That was no good. Graysick with her stick. That one's no good. Puck still loose. Graysick with it. Moves it back behind the net. That one's off of Koniger's skate. Nord with the puck. She fires a shot from the blue line. Doesn't make it through. And now Lincolnway moves the puck out. Crow with the puck. Just loses a handle on it. And she still is fighting for it here on the near side. Puck loose now. Young and Crow. Now Graysick comes up with it. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to play here in the third period. Graysick trying to bring it in. She does. Across the blue line, looking to set something up. That puck just comes off of her stick, and now Lincolnway comes up with it, with Crow back on defense chasing. Oh, Crow does a great job getting her stick in there to prevent that shot from being on net. Now Young almost gets the steal. She does. She somehow comes up with the puck, unable to get it out of the zone. Backhand pass. Now here comes Kramer with it. She moves it down. Nord takes it. Looking for the pass. They're unable to get the puck controlled, and now there's 4.5 minutes to play in this period. Puck comes out of the zone. Now Bryn Clare tries to move it down. That one's stopped by one of the Lincolnwood players. Lincolnwood with control of the puck again to the near side. Back to the blue line for Lincolnway. Broken up by Kleider. That one's defended by Brown. Here comes Brown. She looks, goes wide, brings it in over the blue line. Good contact over there on the far side. Shot on goal. That one doesn't make it through the goaltender though. Was that Kramer with the shot? Yes, that was Kramer with the shot. Number 78. All right, we have Weber, Kleider, and we only have 4 players out on the ice. Not sure we should be giving them that advantage. Conaway and Clare back on defense. Angels back out there on offense now. Lincolnway brings it back behind the net. 3.5 minutes to play. Pass over to the blue line. Weber trying to cause some trouble, and that's a good hard shot there for a goal. Score now 7-1 with 3 minutes and small change to play. I think the speed of some of these Lincolnwood players is really taking our players,
Yeah.
getting them out of position pretty easily. Bryn there with a nice stop. Lincolnway brings it in again. Hard shot there. Easy save for Brownlee. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this period and this game. O'Hara and Peterson back out on defense for the Wildcats. We have Weber, Fleiter, and Angel on offense. Lincolnway wins the draw. Try the centering pass, but that one's broken up by Fleiter's stick. They try to clear the zone, unable to. Over on the far side, Angel, she tries to move it out. Gets it back to O'Hara. O'Hara now has the puck. She moves it up the boards to Angel. Lincolnwood keeps it in, chips it back deep into the Evanston zone. O'Hara with the puck, nice move there. Brings it back around the net. Gets it up the boards to Weber. Weber moves it down the boards, unable to clear the zone, but then broken up by Weber. It's a minute and a half to go. O'Hara tries to move it out of the zone, but Lincolnway gets control. Broken up there by Fleiter to Angel. Angel does clear it out of the zone. Lincolnwood skates the puck up now on the near side here. They move it in over the zone. Hard shot there. Deflected by Brownlee. Minute and 15 seconds left. Puck behind the Evanston net. Lincolnway has it. Tries a short shot. That one's denied by Brownlee. Centering pass there. Here comes Fleiter. She's got Weber and Angel with her. Loses the drop pass to Angel. Angel fires the shot. That one's unable to be handled by the Lincolnway goalie. 47 seconds left. Nice move there by the Lincolnwood player. Broken up by O'Hara. Centering pass. That one's broken up by Peterson. As Peterson tries to move it out. Puck still behind the Evanston net, and that one's finally chipped out by O'Hara to Angel. Angel has it. 27 seconds left. Skates it in. Gets the shot off. Just deflected easily by the Lincolnway goalie. 18 seconds to play. Lincolnwood skates it back down. Around the back of the net. That shot's broken up by Peterson. Peterson coming up with the puck. And this game is over. Well, Dennis, that was a tough third period.
It was.
End of the second and then into the third.
There's some things to build on from this game, though. I thought it was a pretty competitive game for much of the game, actually.
Yeah, I totally agree.
First half.
This is, I know the score doesn't say
Right.
so, but this I feel like is some of the best hockey our girls have played
It
so
is.
far this season.
Like I said, there's something to build on here.
Yeah. As these girls play and practice together more often, they
Sure.
just get to know each other and where they can expect each other to be on the ice. So I look forward to what we see in our next game, which again, let me look that up for anybody who's listening. But I believe it's at the last Sunday in October. Yes, it'll be the October 26th. We're back here at Evanston Robert Crown Center where we play Glenbrook. Who's also typically a tough team.
What's that date?
October 26th.
Okay. See you around Halloween. Brett.
Yeah, great. Wear your costume. All right, Dennis, thank you so much for
You're
joining me
welcome, man.
tonight.
It's been,
Hopefully you're
it
up for
was
doing
fun.
it some more.